Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to see how we can add authentication system using the Firebase database authentication. So we will use two parameters here, which are email and password, to create the authentication system. So first of all, you have to create the empty view activity. Just wait for 2 or 3 minutes so that it will create a whole new project for us. This Gradle build will take 2 or 3 minutes again. So after Gradle build, I am creating 3 pages. So first page is home page, in which I have 2 buttons. First one is register button and the second one is login button. Register button will redirect to register page and login button will redirect to login page. So I am just skipping this part. So I am just skipping the UI designing part so that we will quickly move towards the Firebase part. So let's just skip it. So as you can see, I have created this main page which is redirecting to the login page and register page. So this is a UI of my login and register page. This is just a prototype to show you how the authentication system works. So you have to properly use the IDs of all the components so that our application will not crash in future. So you have to keep it in mind that you have to use every ID precisely. So our system is like when user on register page, when user enters the email and enters the password, and after clicking the register button, the email and password will store in the authentication section of Firebase database. And again on login page, if user enters the same email and password, then we will match this email and password of the login page with that registered email. So if it matches, then we will let the user to move on towards the next page. Now to connect Firebase to your Android application, you just have to go to tools and you can see a Firebase. If you are using a new version, then you will see the 3 lines where we are seeing that file option in my version of Android Studio. So after clicking that, you just have to scroll up and search for the authentication. Here it is. So you just have to select the authentication using a custom that the last option in the Java, because we are coding in a Java. So just connect, click on the connect to Firebase. It will redirect to the Firebase page on your browser, as I have clicked it. So just wait. Now after clicking that connect to Firebase, it will open your browser and Firebase website on your browser. So it will look like this. So you just have to create a new project. For that, you have to click on create a project. And here you have to enter your project name. So it is not letting me continue the process because that name is already taken. So you just have to edit that name, just add 1 or 2 as you prefer. You can turn this option off. It is not necessary to it is not compulsory to turn that option on. So you can just turn off. Again it will connect our application and the Firebase database. So wait for 1 minute again. It is just finishing. Now you just have to click on continue. Now it will open the Firebase console page. Here it will automatically connect the Firebase with our Android application. As we can see, there is our applications package is there. Just continue and it will show the screen like this, that your Android application, Android Studio project is connected to your Firebase Android application. So just close that tab, and again you can you just have to open that console page in another tab. So you can just simply search the Firebase and then open the first link that appear as I am showing. So on this page you have to click on go to console, so it will open the Firebase console for us. Here you just have to select your project you just created or connected to the Firebase. So this is the package. So in build you have to select this authentication, because we are using this authentication system. So just click on get started. Here you have to select email and password. There are multiple options. You just have to enable this option so that your email and password will work properly, otherwise it will just crash that app, or it will not work. So now to implement the Firebase dependency, you have to do the final step. You just have to click on this option and just accept all the changes. It will implement the dependencies. Our Firebase setup is completed successfully here, so we are good to go towards the coding part of our Firebase system. So now you just have to code to upload the email and password in your authentication section of Firebase database. So simply open the register page or whatever you have created, like a sign up page or something. So in register page you just have to define the buttons and edit text as I am defining here. Now in a on create function you just have to initialize all the components you are used, like I have used edit text and button and this Firebase auth. So here I am initializing the auth, that object I have created by the Firebase auth dot get instance. So now I am initializing the other things like edit text which I have used, such as email and passwords, and also I am initializing the button by which we will apply the on click listener. Now on a register button you just have to set on click listener by setting this on click listener on the register button, whatever we have to perform after clicking that register button we will code in this on click function. Here you just have to uh, accept the emails and passwords by users. So just create another object like email, and in which you just have to get text from the email you just initialized, and also same for the password. Now after you got the email and password from user, you simply have to check if email and password is not empty, and if email and password both are not empty, then you have to write the code for the authentication. Now you have to write this code like auth dot create a user with email and password. This will take two parameters in a string format, which are email and password. So this function, or because this method will create a user with email and password in our database. So it will take these two parameters which we have already taken from the user, and again on this you just have to apply another listener, which is a add on complete listener. So this on complete listener will check for the task is successfully completed or not. If a task is successful, then we can show that user is successfully created or successfully registered or signed up. So just have to check this condition. Otherwise you can simply show the error as unable to create user or unable to sign up. Here I am creating the final page. When user is successfully logged in, then he can redirect to this final page. Okay, so this is the basic code to redirect from one page to another page. We just use intent here, so nothing else. We are just going from register page to login page after user is successfully logged in. Again on a login page you just have to do the same thing, that define the all the components you have used in a log on the login page. So I have defined the edit text button and the Firebase auth. Again you have to initialize all these stuffs in a onCreate function of this login class, initializing the auth, email and a password, as we have already done in a register class or register activity. So it is almost 80% of the code is same. So just initialize all the variables or the objects. Now set on click listener on login button, so that after clicking the login button, whichever activities we have is coded in this login button will happen. Like first of all we have to get the email and password from the user, by which we can check if it is already exists in our authentication or database. For that we are just getting the email and password by get text method. Here again you have to check if user is entering email and password or not. Like you have to check if email and password fields are empty or not. If they are not empty, then we will check if a task is successful or not. Now as we can see here in a login activity, we have function which is sign in with email and password. Back in register activity we have the function which is create user with email and password. So now you are getting idea what where we are actually heading towards. So in this we again have one complete listener, in which we will check if a task is successful or not. So this will just check the email provided by user and a password provided by user is equal to the registered email and password by the same user. So for this we just check if a task is successful or not, and we just print uh, the login is successful or the message whatever you just want to print. And again we will just simply redirect to the final activity which I have created. So the after task is successful, then we are just redirecting to the final page of our application, and just toasting the text which is a login successful. And if the task is not successful, you are simply just toasting the text that login is unsuccessful or failed to login, like this, or whatever you want. Now it's time to test our application. Now simply run the application on your emulator or your Android phone. So our application is launched. After clicking the registration button, we are redirected to register page. Here I have entered the email and a password. Okay, so after clicking on register, it is showing that registration successful, and again redirected to login page. Here in authentication system, we are seeing the email by which we are just registered, and another two emails like I have tried 2 times before to register. Now simply we can just check for the login. Like simply we can just enter the same email and same password to check if our application is working or not. Okay, so after clicking on login page, we are redirected to the final page. So that's it, that's all about the Firebase authentication connection. So thank you guys for watching the full video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. I hope this video finds you very helpful, and thank you.